wanted to give you.
Yeah.
Mehtab won't be able to join. He went to Lucknow to get his mark sheet, engineering mark sheet. Okay, and Ataullah said that he is suffering from viral fever, so he might join late. Okay, just took the medicine. So yeah.
Amir had joined for a second, then Amir also left.
Yeah, he probably someone can text him, but I just gave you heads up on Mehtab and Ataullah.
Okay, no worries. We'll start. So we all are comfortable using arrays, correct? So what is an array? Anyone?
Array is
Array
a
is
collection
a
of
collection.
objects.
Collection of objects.
Similar object.
Similar objects. See,
Yes.
in what are the two categories of data types we have in Java? I'm talking of categories, okay? Not
Sir,
your data type.
String.
string complete, sir. Strings is
String.
complete, sir.
String.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, string is more or less the functions are there in string.
So
Just we have to work on the function.
string portion done, sir. है ना, sir? Approximate all
yeah.
are done.
Yeah, if you're having any difficulties, you can bring it up. So in the session, we can solve it. So string is just that you should know to call the various string functions which we use.
Okay.
So that I give you a list of functions. So keep on practicing each function and test. And if you're stuck up with a function, sir, I'm trying to understand this function and I'm not able to understand, like the format function or string copy function, string compare function.
Okay.
Okay. Then we can bring it up anytime in the session.
String buffer, sir, is also a part of a string, no?
Yeah, string buffer also is a part of string.
Okay.
So primarily data types is of two types, primitive and non-primitive. So we have primitive data type and we have non-primitive data type. So which type will come in which category? Who will tell me? What are primitive data types and what are non-primitive data types? Your traditional integer, character, float, they come under the primitive category.
Right, sir.
Integer, char, float, double, boolean, byte, long, the small b, the small, byte, long. What are these?
This is a primitive data type.
Primitive, which we have been using from the age of C programming.
Specific, yes, sir. Specific data type,
All
size.
All your traditional data types. Then, so now if I declare something using this, if I say declare an integer a, if I declare an integer a, what is this a, primitive or non-primitive?
Primitive.
Primitive.
The length of a is fixed for integer according to integer size.
And if I say character b, what is this b, primitive or non-primitive?
Primitive, sir.
And float c. So whatever variables you declare using these primitive types, and in your non-primitive is your objects. What are they? Your classes and objects. They come under which category?
Non-primitive.
So if I have a class student, blah blah blah, something in it, and I make over here student S. What is this S? Will I call it primitive or non-primitive?
Yes, non-primitive.
Okay, you can continue with equal to
Class
C
reference
student.
S is a student class reference.
Yeah. Now, it is pointing to object, correct?
Yes, is pointing to object.
So this S is primitive or non-primitive?
Now primitive pointing to object.
Yeah. So is it primitive or non-primitive? Objects come under which category?
Non-primitive.
Similarly, if string
Sir,
is
if we write a student S, then in this case, the S is known as the primitive or non-primitive.
whatever object you create is non-primitive, and the reference is just a reference to that object. So whatever you make of a class are all non-primitive. So this is our S, which is pointing to a non-primitive data type, which is an object.
If we write here a student S, in this case, sir,
Yeah, so string S. So what is string? A class?
student S, sir, only student S.
Yeah, that will be a reference only. That is just a
What
plain
will
pointer.
count here, primitive or non-primitive? What will count here, primitive or non-primitive?
Whatever you make with a class will all be non-primitive.
Okay, done, sir.
So student S will be non-primitive. So string S1. And now if you point it to a string, now this S1 is primitive or non-primitive?
Sir, string is treated as the non-primitive. Then we can say that a non-primitive, but string is also a data type.
So that is a very big debate going on, that whether you put string in primitive or non-primitive. Okay, but as it is a class, we'll consider it to be a non-primitive.
Okay.
So array is a group of
Is
primitive or non-primitive?
Non-primitive, sir. Sorry, sir, primitive.
Array is a group of both. You have array of integer also, and you have array of class also. So array will be both. You have array of objects, don't you? Don't we have array of objects?
Array is a collection of
So
variables and objects.
Array will fall in both categories. You can have an array of integer as well as you can have array of an object also. So if I say integer A, this is an array of primitive or non-primitive?
Primitive, sir. Integer type.
Integer type, that is primitive. And
yes.
If I make an object over here, array over here of a student class, student
Non-primitive, sir, class mentions here is a
so
class
array,
reference.
so array will come into both categories, correct? Array of primitive as well as non-primitive. But an array is homogeneous in nature, means homogeneous in nature means if I make
Similar object collection.
homogeneous in nature means if I make an integer array, will only store integers.
Yes.
If I make a character array, will only store characters. A float array will only store float. A student
homogeneous means the same, and the heterogeneous
Same.
will be the different one.
Correct, same type. Homogeneous means same data type. So if I make an array of students, then can I store any other object in that?
No.
No, right? Because that's an array. An array is fixed size. Array is what?
Fixed size.
The size of an array is fixed. So if I have an array of size 5, what indexes do I get?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, correct?
Correct.
So a collection is an extension of an array. So if collection is iPhone 14, then if array is iPhone 14, then collection is iPhone 14 Pro Max. Just an extension of an array with some additional benefits. Okay, so if I take the concept of an array and apply some and eliminate the, so these you can call as limitations of an array. What are these?
Limitations of an array.
That it is homogeneous in nature, size is fixed. Okay. What all limitations do we have on an array? We do not get any ready-made methods to work upon. Okay. No inbuilt methods available. So if I want to find the maximum number from an array, what do I do? I write my own user-defined logic. So there is no inbuilt methods available. So all these limitations are there in an array. We can remove or eliminate those limitations. And then what comes up after eliminating these array limitation is a collection. So it is also a grouping. Like how array is group, collection also is a group, but collection is a group of strictly non-primitives. Strictly what? What will go in a collection? Collection is a group of what?
Objects, arrays,
Collection is a
non-primitive.
group of non-primitives. Means you can only store objects in a collection. Means we can only store objects in a collection. Collection is not for primitives. If we try to store a primitive, it will be converted into a non-primitive and then stored. So
So we cannot collect classes in it.
is also not. Objects means classes. Object means there is an underlying class for it, right?
Right.
When I say object means there was a class from which this object is made, correct?
Correct.
So that is the real world entity I will play with. So class is just the blueprint which is creating the object. So when I say object means you have to understand that in the background there is some class for this object. So we don't store the class in the collection, we store the object in the collection. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to store 10 in an object, in a collection, if I want to store 10, can I store 10?
So an index.
In array, yes, sir. It is possible, sir, storing 10 numbers.
So, but 10 is a primitive, right? It is an integer.
Yes, sir.
So what will happen?
Yes, sir.
It will be converted to an integer object. It will be converted to a integer object and then stored. First, primitives are not stored. So, wrapper classes we had done. So the 10 which is going in the collection is not the primitive int 10, but the integer 10. Getting it? So if I try to store a double 10.5 in a collection, it is not this traditional small double. It's the object of the wrapper class double. Because only collections is only for non-primitives. So internally it will do the conversion, convert it to a class double and then stored in the collection. Is this point understood? What I'm trying to say? So collections is only for objects and collection is heterogeneous. Now as it eliminates the limitation, so it's heterogeneous means what?
Collection of different objects.
Yes, so I can make a collection. In that I can put various data types at once. So I can put an integer object, I can put a double object, and I can also put a
Boolean.
string object. I can also put a Boolean. all this can be put in one collection. So it is heterogeneous and it is growable in nature. It is not fixed size. It is what? Growable in nature means if I have a collection of size 10, assuming. So what will be the indexes for those 10 elements? Just like an array, just an extension of an array. So if I have a collection of size 10, what would be the indexes for those 10 elements?
0 till 9.
0 till 9, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now when I try to insert the 10th index, when I try to insert the which index?
10.
This collection will not tell me array index out of bound exception. It will automatically grow its size. It will automatically grow its size. Okay, so it is growable in nature.
The heterogeneous one.
Yeah, heterogeneous means it's of various types.
Yes, I mean, sir, both the homogeneous or heterogeneous or only the heterogeneous?
Means
I mean, both are growable in nature or only heterogeneous is growable in
no,
nature?
all collections are growable in nature. Collections are growable in nature and collections are only for heterogeneous. Array is for homogeneous data.
Okay, got it.
I'm talking of the second category. This is the red category which I discussed. This was for array. And now the second part, the green category, I'm talking about collections. So collection is heterogeneous and growable in nature. And it has ready-made inbuilt functions. A vast library of inbuilt functions. So you can do your tasks. So which will help you write lesser code. So all those stereotype jobs which we have like sorting, searching, for that we have ready-made functions. Okay, to check whether it is empty or not. So here in an array we have to use our own logic to check. Here we have ready-made functions to get the size of the collections like this and many more. Find the maximum from the collection, find minimum from the collection. So we have a lot of ready-made functions available in the collections. Okay, so these are few of the advantages which collection enjoys over arrays. So is the overview understood at least what I'm trying to show? So now
Yes, sir.
progress to the main chapter.
Sure, sir.
So now let's
Is
progress.
array,
It's yes.
sir, is array a 2D and collection is 3D? I mean,
No.
is this something?
Yeah,
No?
collection. 2D is just your visual implementation. You can use your logic to implement it. So normally collection mostly works in 1D, but if you keep on going deeper, then you can increase the dimensions also of the collection. So dimension has nothing to differentiate between array and collection. So this is not any parameter to differentiate. These are the parameters which you can differentiate. So arrays are homogeneous means integer array will hold only integers. Collections are heterogeneous, can store various types of objects. Arrays of fixed size. This is growable in nature. This has no inbuilt methods available or very few available. Like we have one for length, right? To check the length of an array, we have a ready-made length keyword. This has a vast library of inbuilt functions. It has support for various data structures also. Support for various data structures like stack, queue, linked list, trees, graph. So we can implement all that using collection. Have you heard of data structures?
Hmm.
Have you heard of this term? Have you heard of the term data structure?
Yes, sir.
So there are lots of data
Sorting.
structures which can be implemented using your collections. There are ready-made classes over there. No support for data structures over here.
Because, sir, data structure we use pointer.
No,
That's why.
that is when we were doing it with C++ or with C. So Java gives you a vast nature of classes in the collection framework. Once I go in detail, you'll understand what I'm trying to show. So is the concept understood that what is a collection? So that now I can go in deeper. So
Yes, sir.
So collection, okay, now I'll write 3 terms on the board and I want you to tell me what is the difference between these 3 terms, okay? You spot the difference between them. Tell me, what is the difference between these 3 terms?
In term of first, all letters are small. In second term is the first letter is capital, and third one is the last is the S collections.
Correct. So this is the chapter name which we are studying. So what chapter are we studying today?
Collection. All letters are small.
This with a capital C but no S is a parent interface.
Okay.
Is a parent interface in the chapter collection, and this with a S is a utility class. So as I told you, that we can use sort, min, max. So those functions are present in this collections class. So if you want to carry out any utility functions such as min, max, okay, sort, then you can use the collections class. Who has understood these 3 topics, these 3 differences?
Sir, can you explain last one, sir? Collections utility class.
Collection. So if I have a collection, okay, let's say of integers, and I call it as numbers, whatever name I want to give, n1 or numbers. Let's say I call it as numbers. Okay, so this is my collection by the name numbers, and it has these values 7, 2, 1, 5, and 4. And now I want to sort this. So using this collections class, I can call the sort function and pass the collection object to it. What is it?
Inbuilt method, sir.
Yes.
Collections means inbuilt method.
Collection means
Store
class.
inbuilt.
That class has a lot of methods which we can
Okay.
use to carry out our task for the various collections. So now I want to find I want to arrange them in ascending order. So I will say collection dot sort. I want to find the maximum from it. So we can have collections dot max. Will give you the maximum number from it. If you want the minimum number, then you can say collections dot min. Like this, you have many utility functions in the collections class. Collections, and these are all static methods Directly you can invoke them with the help of the class. No need to create an object of collections. So static method can be invoked directly with the help of the class name, correct? So that is what collections class is for. Now, the main thing is this entity. What is this?
Parent
Parent.
interface.
Parent interface, right? Okay, so
Right.
yes. So what happens is, so which is the great grandparent class in Java? Object class, right?
Right.
Then in the collections framework, the top of the hierarchy is an interface called as iterable. What is the name of the interface?
Iterable.
So whatever I will draw in a sharp black color, sharp edged rectangle will be an interface. Okay, so this will be an interface. So follow this, okay? Whatever will be a black color, sharp edged rectangle is an interface. So iterable is a,
Interface.
from that interface, one more interface inherits, and that is your collection interface. So can one interface inherit from another interface?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the black line which I will draw is extends. Is what? The black line, read it as extends.
So the arrow should be downward.
No, should be upwards. Collection arrow is upwards. Is a. Is, remember, is a, has a, were you there? When you're doing is a, has a. Now from this collection, we
In
have
case of
to,
is a, arrow is goes upward side and has a downward side.
correct. So now from this collection, three interfaces extend, and they are your list, set, and queue. List, set, and which one? Queue. So list, set, and queue are what? Interfaces or classes? List, set, and queue
Interface.
are interfaces or classes?
Interface.
Interface.
Why? Why interface?
I think a class.
It's a class, right?
Yes.
Then why are you using interface? Are they interface
Sir,
or class?
So
we thought it
interface is the key which have not body part, not implementation, only a method signature is
No, no,
called a
I'm
interface, na?
asking list, set, and queue are interfaces or classes?
Classes, I think.
See, whatever I have put in a black sharp edged rectangle is the interface. The key is
Okay.
over here. Observe.
Mm.
So
So all
list,
are
set,
black
and queue are what?
interface. Sir.
interface.
Interfaces. So list extends from
Interface collection.
set extends from
Collection.
and
Collection
queue extends
interface.
from collection.
Collection.
Okay, an interface just has abstract methods, right? So you need a class which implements the interface, correct?
Correct.
So we have three classes which implement the interface. So now whatever I'll put in a blue oval is a class. Whatever I'll put in a blue oval is a
Class.
Okay. And what does a class do to a interface. What does a
Implement.
class implements? So this blue arrow will be implements. I hope my diagram is self-explanatory now. The blue arrow will be implements. Why is this being notorious today?
Sir, but interface is not the class. In this case, you write upper side is the interface extends. So interface, when inherit a second interface is called a extends.
Yes, interface can extend from another interface. And it can do multiple inheritance also. Multiple
Sir,
inheritance
but
is possible.
in Java, we cannot do multiple inheritance.
That is with regards to classes. I had gone in detail in this chapter.
Yes,
in
sir,
that aspect.
you detail.
You want to cross question the examiner in what context you are asking. Farooq, I am very much saddened by your practice. If this is what you are asking, then I am very much doubtful how much practice you are putting in. Didn't we discuss this in detail, Shabana? That if the examiner
Yes.
asks is multiple inheritance supported in Java, then how you will tackle that question?
Yes, sir. With respect to,
Then
I remember.
so unless until you will practice, you will forget. Then
I was recalling, sir. It took some time.
and the third class which implements the list interface is vector. This is all your blueprint. Okay, and then we have one more class called as stack. So all the data structures will be implemented over here now. So one is a class called as stack.
Sir, have we discussed vector?
No, we haven't discussed anything as of now. We just started with collections today.
Okay.
Today is the first day. So we'll go in detail and explain each and every. Okay, now what does this mean? What does this mean? Which I'm just drawing right now.
Sir, this stack is inherited from vector.
Yes, stack class inherits vector class. Black arrow means extends. Very good. And now in the set interface, we have a class called as HashSet. What is the class name?
HashSet.
HashSet. Okay. And another class is linked HashSet. You got to understand these classes in detail. And another class is, okay, then I have one more sub interface over here called as sorted set. Called as and there is one class which inherits, which implements this sorted set, that is called as tree set. What line will I draw to connect HashSet with set? Black or blue? What line will I draw to connect HashSet with set?
Blue.
Meaning, blue means
Implements.
HashSet implements set. Linked HashSet.
Sir, implement set.
What line will I draw to join sorted set with set?
Black.
Meaning,
Extends or inherit.
yeah, so sorted set one interface can inherit from another.
Another inter-
Okay, if there was a line, if I'm putting an if over there, that the sorted set would inherit from list also. Was this a possibility? Yes, no,
No,
maybe.
sir.
Is it possible that interface is extending from multiple interfaces at the same time?
Yes, sir,
No.
it is possible in term of interface.
Farooq is saying no. Yes, Farooq, what is making you say no? Cannot a interface extend simultaneously from multiple interfaces? Multiple inheritance is supported in Java with regards to interfaces. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why you said no?
Sir, I was just confused. Okay, sir.
It's not totally confusing chapter, I think. That's the reason.
Which chapter is confusing? That is
Collection, sir.
collection. We just started with collection, and this is very widely used in the industry.
Yes.
Very widely used in the industry is collection. So we have just started. So till now, what was so confusing? Can you tell me, ma'am? See,
Arrow line, sir.
I've not explained anything till now of this map. I'm just drawing the classes so that we know what we have to learn in this chapter. Like
Right, sir.
I put in the bullet points in the exceptions chapter. Remember, I put 10 to 11 bullet points. Then after each topic, we scratch that point off. I'm just putting in what we have. These are just topic names which we have to study. We haven't started with the subject. So what is it that is so intimidating or threatening in this chapter? Just that the number of classes are there, which is, and here you have one more interface called as DQ. Okay, and we have a class which implements that called as array queue.
Sir, are we going to discuss today what is HashSet, what is vector?
We'll start with array list. We'll start with the array list. Okay.
Sure.
We'll try. So I'm just putting in the roadmap what we have to follow in the topic of collection. So this is the roadmap which we will follow. So we have to have a good command on all these. Okay, and then there's a very important collection which is very widely used, which is not visible over here. That is map. That is called as map interface. But map interface doesn't come under the umbrella of collection. So collection range finishes over here. So I'll draw orange line to indicate that this is the border of collection. Now the country collection finishes over here. Now then there is one more very important. It comes under the chapter, but it doesn't inherit from the collection parent class. It's a different beast altogether, and that is map. So map does not extend from the collection interface. Map is altogether a different interface. So does map inherit from collection? Will there be a black arrow coming from year to year? What do you say? It doesn't. Map will not inherit from
Collection.
And then just like a set, very similar in terms with the set, map will operate. Quite similar, has a lot of similarity with the classes of how set is structured. So what are the classes of set? Who can tell me? What are the class structure in the set, what structure do they follow? Naming convention of the classes in the set interface. What do they follow? Tell me. So set is implemented by which class over here?
HashSet.
So map will be implemented by which class?
HashSet.
Hash map.
Hash map.
And then second class will be
Linked hash map.
absolutely. Just pure application of common sense, nothing more. And then what will be this black interface?
Sorted map.
Perfect. I don't know what happened to this paint. This will be black color, correct?
Correct.
And what will be this?
Tree map.
Perfect. That is what I was telling. It has very much similarity with the. Okay, now what? How do I connect hash map with the map? Which color?
Sir, blue. Implements.
How do I connect linked hash map with
Implement.
map?
Blue.
And how do I connect tree map with sorted map?
Blue.
How do I connect sorted map with map?
Black interface. Inherit or extend.
It extends, right? So yeah, so y'all are understanding. I don't see the reason why y'all are afraid. Okay, and now we have few more interfaces which we have to study to complete this chapter. This chapter is very, very, very important. If not the most important, it is very important. One of the most important chapters for your Spring Boot. So your Spring Boot, your expertise of Spring Boot is synonymous to expertise on collection. So I mean, the person who is expert in collection is an expert in Spring Boot. And a person whose understanding of collection is weak, his Spring Boot concept will be weak. As simple as that. So you take it in hand. Okay. So if some relative of mine doesn't respect my mom, she doesn't earn the due respect from me also. So I respect those relatives who respect my mom. It is impossible that you disrespect my mom and I will have regards for you. So it's as simple as that. You don't master collection, you don't master Spring Boot. And now we have two more collections, iterator, two more interfaces, sorry, iterator and list iterator. Iterator and these are also just two different individuals. Okay, these are not inheriting from anywhere. Just two different individuals.
So Spring Boot is necessary for applications like phone or computer.
Web-based applications, web-based applications, the application which run on the internet. So any of the application which runs on the internet, for that, many companies use Spring Boot. Java has a very wide market, and Python was trying to penetrate Java's market and eat up Java's customers because the code of Java was a bit verbose. You know what's verbose? Verbose means too many words to express, too lengthy. So, but then Java developers, see, these guys, after every 6 months, they launch a new version, correct? Now, which is the latest Java version going on? Is it 21?
Yes, sir.
So, as they upgraded, they have removed this feature. Now, the program has become more concise, more like Python. Okay, so they've added very new features. Among them is lambda expression. Have you heard of this?
Yes, sir.
The
Lambda.
reason I'm saying this is
So
Java
physics.
has a very huge market share in the industry, and Java applications are scalable. One of the beauty of Java applications are they are scalable, mean you can keep on adding new features. So if a company whose application is growing, and Java is scalable, then why will he migrate to another language? And Java is launching new versions every 6 months. So whatever flaws are there, it is enhancing them and launching a new version. So Java is here to stay. So if you all can master Spring Boot, means your resume is sorted. And with the experience of 1-2 years, you all should get handsome calls also. And there's one more, comparator and comparable. So this chart, if you can by heart, if not by heart, you can practice and understand, then I can say that we have understood the chapter of collection.
Okay, sir. One more question. So what is the position of .NET? It's also, like framework which uses for making the applications, and it is also very precise and very easy.
Yeah, that
If
also
I'm
has a decent market share. See, those who are Microsoft loyal customers, those companies who are using Microsoft services and Microsoft softwares, Microsoft servers. So those companies stick with .NET. So .NET and Spring Boot are more or less doing the same job. Even now, .NET was earlier platform dependent. It was only restricted to Microsoft technologies. Now even they have launched a new version of .NET, which is platform independent like Java. Can work on any OS, Linux, Mac, Windows. So you got to choose between them, whatever you feel convenient and whatever suits your personality. So if you want to do it in .NET, it is equally good, but that has a very less market share compared to Java. So if I have, let's say, 100 customers, ratio will be 70 to 30. That's all.
okay.
Discussion altogether. We'll have it offline, Farooq. So see, now this is the chart which I want you all to master the topic of collection. So let's come. Which is the top of the hierarchy interface?
Iterable.
Iterable. And
Iterable.
which collection, which interface inherits from iterable?
Collection.
Collection with a capital C and without a S, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Then what is the collection with a capital C and with a S? What is that?
Chapter.
What is collection with a capital C and S?
Capital C.
What is this? Is this the interface?
It is a utility class inherit interface.
That's the utility class, correct? So we have
Correct.
want the interface. The interface is capital C without the S, correct?
Correct.
Now this
This is a
collection
parent, sir, no?
parent interface. Yeah, parent interface. So you can think of iterable as the grandparent, okay, and collection as the parent. So now how
What
many
is the
children does collection
significant?
have?
Sorry, sir. What is the significance of capital C and S?
They are
We
two
cannot write.
different things, no? Collection
So
is a class, and collection is an interface. So they have differentiated between a class and an interface. They're putting an S extra in the class.
so it should be always in that way. We cannot. The class should be has with an S.
Yes, that's because it's a predefined class, right? You cannot fidget
Okay.
with the predefined class naming.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So it's already been stored in Java machine. JVM. Hello. Shabana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think some network issues from cell sites.
Yeah,
Okay.
power failure at my place. I switched my hotspot to my mobile, so the Wi-Fi got disconnected. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. And visible as well.
Yes. So this is just a power failure. So collection, you cannot fidget with the naming convention of a predefined class, right? So if a predefined class is scanner with a double N, we'll have to write it that way. If I try to write this with like this, it will not take, right? So it's a predefined class. So in the collections, the class, so we'll have to stick with that. So now these two children of collection, the one I'll put in the yellow. Is it visible? Is it too bright?
It's visible, sir.
And the one I'm putting in orange. Now these are two children of which interface?
Collection.
Now why was there a need to segregate them in list and set? Why couldn't they just put it under one roof? Why was the need of segregating? So the reason of segregating them in list and set is list will allow duplicates. Okay, so let me put the definition over here. List will
Allow duplicate.
Yes, so let's do it over here. The list will allow duplicate elements. Set will not allow duplicates. Allow duplicate objects. And set will
Not.
not allow. Okay. List will preserve the insertion order. The order in which the element is added to the collection, that order will also be preserved. So we'll preserve the insertion order. Set will preserve the element but will not preserve the order. The element will be there, but in what order they were added, that order will not be preserved.
So HashSet can become after the link HashSet. I mean, if it is not going to preserve the order, so link HashSet can become before HashSet.
Means?
Sir, in the set group, link HashSet can become before the HashSet, and the three set can become
I'm
before
not.
the link.
No, not about that. Not about that. Let me first explain. Not the ordering of these classes in this order. Not that way. The content which will be stored in the collection, it's about that. So this will allow multiple null values, and this will allow only a single null value. Allow a single null value, will not allow multiple null values. It's not about the ordering of these classes in this order. It's about if I take a class of any class which implements the list interface, then that class will have these features. So in that array list, in an array list, can I add duplicate values? In an array list, can I add duplicate values?
Yes, sir, we can.
Why yes? Because these are features of which interface?
Selection list. Okay.
Which interface are these features of?
List.
And
List.
on the right hand side is the features of which? These are features of which interface?
Set.
set. So if I say, does array list allow duplicate objects? What will you say? Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes,
Why
sir.
yes?
It is true.
Why yes? Because array list implements list interface and list allows duplicate, so array list will also allow duplicate. Correct? Will hash set allow duplicates?
No.
Why no?
Set interface do not allow duplicate objects, so HashSet
Yeah.
also do not allow duplicate objects.
Yeah. So if I add the elements in this order in a hash set, Alice, Ben, Charles, is their order preserved?
Yes,
So who's at index 0
Alice,
and who's at index 1?
Ben, and 2 at Charles.
Charles. So does it preserve their indexes?
Yes,
Because in the array list, the order of the element is also
preserve.
preserved. Okay, so can I add in the array list Alice, Ben?
No.
Yes, no.
Yes,
Why
sir.
no?
Yes.
Yes, Farooq, why no?
Okay. Sir, because
Okay,
we
in
have
a
already
Sir, already
it
told
allows,
allow
it
duplicates.
allows duplicates, no? So what is the problem?
Yes, sir.
okay.
Can I add the same over here in the set interface? Alice, Ben.
Sir, duplicate or not allowed, sir?
So it will take only one Alice. It will only take one Alice. It will
Yes.
Yes, it can allow, sir.
It will override the duplicate. It will not throw any error. It will just not accept the new value. Okay, and now can I add Charles? So now at what index is Alice, Ben, Charles? Do I know?
Sir, but here the indexes are not preserved. So
Yeah,
Charles
so
can
I
come.
have the element Alice, Ben, Charles, but I don't know at what index which is there. Index I don't know because their order is not preserved. Getting it? It's like putting marbles in a box. So if I put 10 marbles one after the other in a box and I shake that box, then I don't know which marble came when, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So I will have the 10 marbles. When I remove, I will get the count of 10. But I don't know which marble came first. So it's like, these kids maintain a piggy bank to store their savings or pocket money. So if he has put 100 coins of 1 rupee each over the past 3 months, so does he know which coin he had put which day?
No.
So when he will remove those coins, they will not come in the order in which he had inserted, will they?
No.
So the set doesn't preserve the insertion order. And if we had put those coins in a test tube, okay, it's a test tube, right?
Right, sir.
If he had put those coins in a test tube and then he would remove the coins, so now would he know which coin he had put when?
Yes.
Why yes? Because
The order will preserve.
order is preserved, right? So the coin which he had put first is at the bottom. Remember?
Yes.
And then the coin which he put next day is at the second last position. Then he put the third day at the third last position. So now his order is preserved, correct?
Correct.
So this is what I mean by order is preserved or not. Doesn't mean by the order of these classes. These are just showing which class inherits from which interface. This is the content of that class. Getting Farooq?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, now can I over here say Alice, Ben, Charles, null, null, null? Will it allow me?
Where,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Will it allow me?
Yes.
No, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can I put Alice, Ben, Charles, null, null over here?
No.
No, sir.
So what will it do?
Set not allowed.
Alice null.
Null.
Only.
Only a single null values allowed,
Only Alice
not
will be null.
Yes, only
Only
Alice.
tally
someone tell, yeah, what?
all
Only
single null values out, sir.
all null
Sir,
values will be removed. Only this. So you're trying to say this, Shabana.
Yes, sir.
You're trying to say this. It will remove all the null
No,
values.
sir. Only allows single null values, sir. Only one.
Yes,
sir,
only
only
one null
Alice
can stay.
will be allowed as
Only
null.
Alice?
I mean, the first one.
Values, sir. He says only for Alice null and the
No,
remaining
Only one null
values.
value can be there. These two null will not be allowed.
Yes, sir.
Or only one null can be there. So understood the
So
difference between set and list.
yes, sir. I'm trying
So
to say
those
that
class,
Alice will be null and the Ben and Charles will not be allowed as null.
no, what? I don't understand. These are all individual objects. So is Alice null? It will be allowed. Is Ben null? It will be allowed. Charles null will be allowed. And null also will be allowed because this is the first null I'm inserting.
Alice, Ben, and Charles are a set of a name, and all the value is null only one time. Right, sir?
Yes. Yeah, correct. What Farooq is having difficulty? Yes, Farooq.
Sir, I
Okay.
These
mean,
are in,
Farooq is a set of interface. The
yes,
name of
Shabana.
Alice, Ben, and Charles is a set, not a one name. That's the reason we are confusing here.
these are
Sir,
individual objects.
yes, sir.
You
So I
can,
would
you can
like
keep
to say
listening.
only one. Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Only
Yeah, I'm
one
listening.
object will be null at a time. For example, here Alice will be null, so the Ben and Charles will not be null because one object is null and the rest will not be null.
Farooq, this is an array. Just think of it like an array. So Alice has at 0 index, assuming, because but set doesn't maintain the index. So Alice is the first element, Ben is the second element, second object, and Charles is the third object. So how many objects are there in this collection, in this set interface right now?
3.
3. Now, can I add one null object also?
Yes, sir.
Why yes?
I mean,
This null will not have, this
Value
this null will
null
not affect
is
Alice,
the
Ben, and Charles.
constructor for all the three or a single three.
Means this null
Sir, hmm.
is an object. So now I have how many objects in this set? 4 objects.
yes,
Alice
sir.
is one object, Ben is one object, Charles is one object, and null is one object. So can I
Yes.
have null in set? So one null is allowed, allows a single null value. Only one null value allowed. I have to reframe this. Only one null value is allowed. So is Alice null value? Alice is a string, right?
Yes, sir. Alice is not a null.
Is Ben a null value?
No,
Is Charles a null value?
no,
So Alice, Ben, Charles can be added to the set, right?
right.
Now, can I add null also to the set?
No, sir.
Yes, it will allow me a single null. One null can be added. It has a quota that you can add one null.
Okay, okay.
Now, can I add one more null?
No, sir.
That is what I'm trying to explain.
Got it, sir.
Because of that interface not allowed more than one null values.
Yes. Allow more than one null value. Correct. So that is why there is a difference between the yellow and the orange classes. Okay, that is why there is a bifurcation. So now let's start. Okay, if I water the roots, will the moisture reach the leaves? Where's Amir?
Yes, sir.
If I water the roots, will the
Mhm.
moisture reach the leaves?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in this diagram, which is the root and which is the leaf? So is not collection the root from which everything is originating?
Yes.
Is not the root? I'll put it in brown color, as the root is a brown color.
But it's
How?
upside down.
Yeah, you have to visualize. As an engineer, you have to have a very good visualization skill. So I just visualize the upside down tree. So that would make no sense if I would reverse this. So what are the leaves now?
So tree set,
Three set
link
out.
high set,
Outputs and three
hash
set
set.
classes. All classes are
Leaf-
leaves.
Yes, leaves is the last end of a tree. After the leaf, there is nothing in a tree, correct?
Correct.
Yes, correct,
You
sir.
can visualize this list, set, and queue as branches.
Branches, yes.
This list, set, and queue are sort of branches.
Yes.
Yes,
Then
sir.
what are the leaves?
Hmm.
Classes, array
The
list,
These
linked
classes.
list,
classes.
Classes can
All
be thought of as
classes
leaves.
are
These class leaves are the classes because there is nothing at the end of the leaf, correct?
Correct.
correct, sir.
So if I water the roots, will it reach the leaves? Is my question.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if I put a method in a collection, let's say I put a method called add.
Hmm.
Method did I put in the collection? Add. By virtue of inheritance, will it reach HashSet also?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. So there are few common methods which are placed in the collection interface, which can be accessed by objects of all the implementation classes. Am I understood what
Exactly,
I'm
sir.
trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What did I
Sub
say? Amit?
inherit the feature of a super class, sir.
Yeah. So what did I just say, Amir?
Yes, sir. We can access all the methods from the superclass in classes like array list, linked list, vector.
If I put a method in the collection interface, Farooq, can I
Yes.
access this method with the object of the HashSet class?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll come to that Aradhya, Abhishek, and Amitabh example. Were you there? 11 I took
Yes.
that example.
Yes, sir. I was there.
Yes, all of you all were there. Most of you all were there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the
Diagram, the
same
access of
goes.
all the features of super class on a parent
Correct?
class.
So,
Sir,
yes.
then
So,
the same goes for map as well.
goes for all. Goes for all. No, concept goes for all the classes is same. So, if this is Amitabh, and this is Abhishek, and this is Aradhya, okay? Now, if I make an object of new Aradhya, what all options do I have of making the references is my question.
New Abhishek, new Amitabh.
Amitabh, Abhishek, Aradhya also.
Asking of
All of the
references.
three references here, sir. We can access the
On the LHS,
child.
what can I put, Farooq, on the LHS?
Aradhya.
So Aradhya, A1 has new Aradhya, correct?
Yes, sir.
What else?
Abhishek.
Do I have option of putting Abhishek? A1 as new Aradhya.
Yes, sir.
Do I have an
Sure.
option of that also? Abhishek A2 as new Aradhya. Is this possible?
Yes, sir.
And what is the third option do I have?
Sir, Amitabh,
That also a possibility. Amitabh.
because it's inheritance, otherwise it will not.
So the child class object can be referred by any of its parent class reference also.
Yes, sir.
I have an
Yes,
object
sir.
of new Abhishek. Now what options do I have?
Sir,
Only
Amitabh.
Amitabh.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek and
Abhishek
Amitabh.
and Amitabh.
Abhishek
Sir,
and Amitabh, right?
there is the option of
Yes, sir.
two, then father and self Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek.
We cannot.
One is new Abhishek, or I can have
Ishwarya.
Aishwarya. And now I can have Amitabh A2 as new Abhishek, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now what option do I have for Amitabh?
Sir, only Amitabh.
New Amitabh, right? So Amitabh A1 is new Amitabh. That's the only option I have.
Yes,
So my
sir.
question over here is, if I have the child class object, it can be pointed by any of its parent reference also.
Yes, sir.
So whatever is in Amitabh. So if there is a function called as add in Amitabh, is it not inherited to Aradhya if it is a public function?
It will, sir.
It will, right?
Right, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
so that is
It
what
will.
I'm trying to ask, that if I have a function add in the
Yes, sir.
collection, the root,
Yes, sir.
by
We can
virtue of
inherit in.
inheritance, will it not reach HashSet also?
Yes, sir. It will read.
So HashSet has inherited that add, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I want to put add in each of the leaves, so if I want to put water on each of the leaves, should I sprinkle water on each leaf? What is the easiest route?
That's the root.
So if I want to put add method in each of the collection classes, so what do you think is the easiest route?
Sir, to add in collection class.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to ask since this, that. So if I have a function called remove and I want to put remove in each of the collection class, what is the easiest route?
So used in collection interface.
So if I want to put, if I want to put some health tonic on the leaf, okay, the leaves are decaying and I want to put some fertilizer. So will I apply the fertilizer like we apply moisturizer on our hand on each leaf?
No.
Does a farmer do that? So what does
No.
he do?
There is just
He
put in
will,
the root in the soil.
yes. So if I want the function which are mutual to all the collection classes, where do I put those collections is my question.
So collection
If I
interface.
want, yes, in the collection interface over here. Okay. So this collection interface has few methods which are mutual to all the collection classes. Am I understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So which are those method is the next topic. So first method is add. Is what?
Add.
Add. And I can add what to a collection? Collection is only of non-primitives, right? Means
Non-primitives,
objects,
different objects. Yes, sir.
different objects. So which is the top of the hierarchy class in Java from which all the classes
Iterable.
originate?
Iterable.
Object.
In Java, not in collection framework.
Object.
Okay.
In Java, I'm talking
Object.
object. So if I pass the object class directly, means I can pass any object. So this is the signature of the add function, that you can pass any object. And if it is successful in adding, it will return true. If it is not successful, it will return false. Getting?
It is compulsory to write Boolean or a integer or
This
character
is
may be added.
the signature in the collection framework. No, this is a signature of that function. We will just call the function add and pass whatever object you want to add. If it is successfully added, it will return true. If it is not added, it will return false. As simple as that. So
Okay.
this is the signature of the.
It can be changeable, sir. Public int add.
No, these are all built-in functions. These are all
Okay.
built-in functions of the collection framework.
Got it, sir.
So built-in methods of where, which class or which interface,
Collection.
the root.
Okay.
So in the root, we have these methods. So which is the first method?
Iterable.
No, over here it is mentioned. Which is the first method?
Add
Add.
method.
And what does add receive as the argument?
So
Object.
Any
object to
object. So I'm directly passing the great grandparent class in Java. So by
Sir?
saying yes,
Sir, I have a question here. Can you go back to the previous paint
Mhm.
slide?
Yeah,
Sir,
now
here
you
if
see.
we want to add something, so if we just add on the collection interface, it will be add in all the classes. But for example, if we have to add in certain set, like in set class, set interface only, so can we add to the collection or no?
See, the method which are common to all the classes, I will add in the collection. And the methods which are exclusive to that class, I will add in that class only. For example, capacity function. Which function?
Capacity function.
Is exclusive to vector only. Exclusive to
Vector only.
no other class supports capacity function. Only vector supports. So will I add capacity in collection?
No.
No. So I will not add that function. And if there is a function which is exclusively for that class, then it gets added to that class only. Only the common methods get added over here.
Got it,
Are you
sir.
getting what I'm trying to say, Faru?
Yes, sir.
So
I got
add is a common method for all the classes under the collection umbrella.
What is it?
So I can add any object. Okay.
Sir, I got it completely.
Got it, right? So now if I make any array list object, let's say any object under the collection framework, let's say I make array list. So let's take array list. You are familiar with the state in India, Farooq?
Sir, Maharashtra, I know.
You know, right? So let's take, I make array list by the name Maharashtra. Okay, and now in this, I want to add the cities. So let's say now this is a collection, okay? This is a collection by the name Maharashtra. So I named MH. Now in this MH, I want to add Pune. I want to add what?
Pune.
Pune. So I can call this method. So can I call this add method using the array list object? Can I say MHA dot add? Is it possible? Yes,
Sir,
because
yes, sir.
add, can I call maha dot add? Can I access the add function using the array list object? Yes,
No, sir.
because array list,
Yes, sir.
yes, because array list is
Yes,
a
sir.
part of list, and list is a part of collection. And if any function is there in the collection, it will be passed on to the classes by virtue of inheritance.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Getting
Right,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can I, if I make object of, can I say array list dot capacity? Can I say array list, that object maha dot capacity function? Can I call capacity function from with maha?
Sir, it's
No, sir.
only specific
This
to
is
vector.
the only
It is exclusive
method of
only
vector
for vector.
vector method.
So, but I can call add, right? I
Yes,
can
sir.
call add because add is in the parent, right? So
Right.
now while adding add, I have to pass any object. So is string a class in Java,
Yes, sir.
and string inherits from the object class?
Yes,
The
sir.
object class, all the classes inherit from object, right?
Right.
So now Pune. So Pune gets added in Maharashtra, correct?
Correct.
Now if I wanted to add one more city, let's say I want to add Mumbai also. What will I say?
Sir, Mumbai.
So now can Mumbai get added to Maharashtra?
Yes, sir.
So this add function is of array list or is of collection. This add method is of exclusively to the array list, or is it of the collection framework, collection
Sir,
interface?
collection framework.
So if it is in the collection interface, means it can be accessed by
Anyone in the collection.
anyone. Means what do you mean by anyone?
I mean, all the classes.
Any class.
Any class of which is under coming under the umbrella of collection, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So can I say array q dot add?
Yes, sir.
Can I say priority q dot add?
Yes, sir.
Can I say tree set dot add?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can I say link
Yes.
list dot link HashSet dot add?
Yes, sir.
Vector dot add, stack dot, yes, right?
Right, sir.
So those methods which can be accessed by any of the objects are put in the collection interface, the root. Okay. Similarly, if I make one more collection called as, let's say, Rajasthan. Okay. I have a pediatric doctor on my floor, office floor. So you might be hearing in the background, these kids, the parents get them for medication. So in that, now I want Jaipur and Bikaner, let's say. Now, how will I make this? So if I make an object of linked list Rajasthan is new linked list. Can I add RJ dot add Jaipur and Pune? Is it possible? Can I call add function with RJ with the linked list object?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
or
mean,
maybe.
it can be. Yes, sir.
Why can it be?
Sir, add is common in all the collection set.
Yes, correct. So now I have this, okay? Okay, now if I want to make a big collection, and let's say connection called India, and add these two states in India. Now what to do? So collections you can do nested also, and different levels, as Farooq told, or 2D. So this should be something like 2D. Now I want to make a big collection called as India, and in this MAHA and RAJ are the name of the variables, name of the objects, and you never make an object name with a capital. So even if I have to make a India collection, let's say I want to make an array list called India. So how will I make? array list India is on purpose. I am putting the AI small, okay, because it's an object. Okay, now in this India, I want to add all the cities of Maharashtra. So what will I do? This is India, right? So I want to put all the cities of Maharashtra and Rajasthan in India. So what will I say? So for that, we have a function called as add all. Function called as. And what will be passed as a add all? Any of the collection class object. Any object of the which is under the collection umbrella, and public boolean is constant for everyone. So now if I want to add all cities of Maharashtra to India, what will I say? Tell me. India dot add all. And add all of what? Maharashtra. Maharashtra is which object? Maharashtra is which object? Object of which class?
Array list.
Collection.
Maha.
Array list. Array
Array
list.
list. Array list. Array list comes under whom?
Uh,
Array list
List.
under
collection.
which?
List.
List.
List
List
interface.
comes under whom?
Collection.
Collection.
Collection. So in add all, whatever you will pass, you can pass any of the collection class object, which is another collection umbrella. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Because the difference between add and add all. Add is a single object and add all are multiple objects. So multiple objects will be in a collection. So I can take an existing collection and put it in a bigger collection. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now if I want to put all of Rajasthan also, I will say India dot add all
Yes,
RJ.
sir.
RJ.
RJ.
RJ. Yes, sir.
Now what all
Raj.
will be
Raj.
what all cities will be in now India? What all cities will be in
Yes.
India now?
Two states cities, Maharashtra and
Which all
Rajasthan.
cities?
Sir,
Which all
Jaipur
cities?
and Bikaner.
Pune
That's-
and Mumbai.
So if I will display this India, if I SOP and display India, what will be the output? Any guesses? Okay, if I SOP and display Maharashtra, what is the output?
Sir,
Do I
Pune
know
and
in
Mumbai.
State of Maharashtra showing
Pune
shows
and Mumbai.
Pune and Mumbai.
Pune, Mumbai or Mumbai, Pune?
Pune, Mumbai.
Pune, Mumbai.
Can it be Mumbai, Pune
First in,
also?
first out, last in, first out. LIFO, FIFO, sir.
See, array list is under the list
Yes,
category.
sir. Sir, it will
and list
remain.
category
This is
maintains the insertion order.
Preserve the answer. Yes, sir.
So Pune was
So-
added first, then Mumbai was added. So it will first display Pune and then display Mumbai, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Always, because order is preserved. And
Yes,
now if I display RJ, what will be the output?
sir.
Jaipur,
Jaipur and
Bikaner.
Pune.
Guaranteed? Guaranteed or not
Yes, sir.
guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Sir, guaranteed, sir.
guaranteed?
Now first
So
Jaipur
because
and then Bikaner.
So because it is in a list class and in list, the order is preserved.
Correct. Because it is in the list interface, right?
Right, sir.
Linked list is in the list interface, right? And list interface maintains the insertion order. So now I have put them in which order in India? Maharashtra and RJ. So now what will be when I display India?
So it
Sir,
displays
Maharashtra and
Pune,
Raj.
Jaipur, Mumbai, Bikaner.
Yes, it will display. Where did you go to Gujarat? Arun, where are you wandering?
No, sir. I said Raj.
Raj. No, I want which cities will it display?
Yes, sir.
So how will it?
Jaipur and Bikaner.
No, I want what order will it display when I
Pune,
display India?
Mumbai, Jaipur and Bikaner.
Okay, if I would add it like this, then what would you say? Now tell me.
The Jaipur,
The
Bikaner,
first
Pune, Mumbai.
display
Yes, because it
RGS
maintains the
is
insertion order. Because
Yes, sir.
array list maintains insertion order. So you will see. Okay, if I would make India as a hash set, now what? If I would make India as a hash set, now what would happen?
So HashSet
Sir,
follow
now,
the set
no, sir. Sir,
interface.
sir, it does not preserve the order. So,
So this
it
cities
can,
would come in any random order. This cities
yes,
would
sir.
be there, but in any
Random
random
order.
order. It would not preserve their order. Correct?
Correct, sir.
This is what I'm trying to show all this while. So let's do this much practical, okay? Then we can pause for today. So let's take this much example and practically do it and check. So if I would take a hash set, then in which order the elements would be there, I would not be guaranteed of that. It can come in any order, correct? So let's try it. Let's try it for you guys. So I'm making an application by the name SCS collection demo.
So we can see only a paint screen.
Yes, sorry, I'll just share them. Let me create the class and then I will come to that. Now you can see.
Yes, sir.
So I made a package by the name SCS collection demo. In that I made a class called as collection demo. So now let me make an array list of Maharashtra. And as a mh.add, what did I add to that? Pune and correct. And now if I sys out mh, what would be the output? What would be the output if I sys out mh? Tell me.
Pune, Mumbai. The order
Or Mumbai, Pune.
preserved by Alice.
Order is preserved, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And now if I would make one more array list, let's say RJ, and add Jaipur and Bikaner and display RJ, what would be the output now?
Jaipur and Bikaner. It also a preserve order list.
So I've added them in RJ, no?
Yes, sir.
Correct? And
Yes,
now I
sir.
make a bigger collection called as India. So I
Array
make a
list
bigger collection.
India. Array list India equal to new array list.
And in India, what do I
And
do?
we can write here India dot all add all. क्या था सर ये? I
Yes.
mean,
So if you just give a dot, you will see the function dot add all. You see,
okay.
and any collection class object you can pass. Which collection am I adding to it? Let's say I add
India.
RJ first, and then I add Maharashtra. And now when I try to display India, what would be the output? Who will tell me?
Both combination of RJ plus
Order
MH.
maintain
So
or not?
first
Order
maintain order of RJ and then second MH. Jaipur, and
Correct.
Bikaner. Yes, sir. Pune and Mumbai.
Now same thing if I would apply a hash set now. Okay, now can this be possible? Is this possible? What did I just do? What did I just do? Who would-
List is interface,
Hmm.
and array list is a sub class of
So it's
list. So
admissible or
it can
not?
be possible, sir.
It is possible, right?
Not
Yes,
possible.
Farooq, I think what we did.
Sir, you just change the array list into only list.
So what did I do? I did now Abhishek S1 is new Aradhya. Is it possible? Can
Yes,
I
sir.
refer a class object with its parent reference?
Yes, sir.
But I can only call those methods which the parent has given it. Has add been given to array list from list? Did list gift array list the add function?
Yes, sir.
Because its parent collection gifted it to it, right? So this
Yes, sir.
add
Inherited.
came over here, and from implementation it came over here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
So can I call the add function using the list reference?
Yes, sir.
Now this capacity is exclusive to the vector. Can I call the capacity with the list reference?
No.
No, it's not
No.
possible. It exclusive for vector.
Yes, correct. That is the logic you have to understand. So those functions which have been given to it by the parent can be called. So can I call add function with mh, which is a list reference?
Yes, sir.
Because add is given to array list from list, correct?
Correct, sir.
So this
It is
also we can-
inherited.
This also we can do. Now this, when I run
But
this
sir,
code,
as a developer, do we need to, remember or cram all the order? For example,
yes.
list. Yes.
No, this practice you will come to know. This is once, twice you will write the code, no? You'll understand that. This initially this hesitancy is there, but once you start programming, no, you'll come to know that list is from
Can we write India add all to state together like RJ comma MH?
it will
Is
take
it
only one
possible?
aspect. No, it is not possible.
One at a
One at a
time.
time.
Yes,
Because
right.
this is a single
Okay.
parameter function. This function has a single parameter. Doesn't take two parameters.
Okay.
So like this, what you can do is you can just keep the LHS as constant and keep on changing the RHS. If I would make this into a linked
Right,
list,
sir.
any problem? If I turn the class into a linked list, is there any problem now? Do I have to also change the reference?
No, sir.
Why no?
Because it's also inherited.
Yes. If I wanted vector, can I use vector also?
Yes, sir, you can.
Getting it. But can I use HashSet?
No,
No,
Why no?
because it's a different set.
it's
It's
a
a
class
different
of
interface.
set.
Now it is
It's a different
Set
interface.
interface.
Set over
Yeah.
here. I
Right.
can use set. But can I use add also now? Can I use add?
If
Yes, sir.
Why yes?
yes,
Sir,
sir.
because add is basically in the bigger collection.
Yes, that's why it is gone
Feature of
into set
collection.
also, and so I will use add. Okay, now if I display RJ,
Yes.
what will be the output? Can you predict? Will it always be Jaipur, Bikaner?
Yes, sir. But
Will it?
it can be.
But sir,
The
order
order
is not
can be changed.
Order
preserved.
is not
Not
mentioned. It can be Jaipur, Bikaner, can be Bikaner, Jaipur, either way,
preserved.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now if I run, it can be anything. I do not Jaipur, Bikaner, but it is not guaranteed, okay? As there are two elements, and once it runs, it stores it in the cache memory, and then it placed on the cache only. So this will always give you Jaipur, Bikaner. See, if I add few more, you will come to the difference. So who knows some cities of Rajasthan? I'll give you my
I have
hometown.
no idea, sir.
Kota.
Okay, Kota. Udaipur. So now if I run this, okay, can I have double Bikaner?
Mm,
Can I have two Bikaner?
HashSet, no, sir.
Why no?
Because in HashSet interface, repetition is not allowed.
Oh,
Okay,
duplicate.
can I have
Yes,
two? Can I
sir.
have two Pune?
Yes,
Why?
because in list
Yes, sir.
interface,
In case of list, sir,
sir,
it
doubling
can
is allowed.
repeat.
Now I am
Yeah.
getting comfortable. Now is this looking threatening? Now is this diagram looking threatening now?
No, sir, most of the thing I got it. Just need to
Okay, so
practice a little.
we understand the flow. So this at times looks intimidating and threatening, but once you understand the flow in which we are going, then things gradually fall into place. So just by looking at the diagram and telling that I am getting scared and I'm having goosebumps. So now if I say, what will be the output when I display MH?
Sir, Pune,
What?
Mumbai, Pune.
And what is the output when I display RJ?
Sir, it can be in any order.
Can I have two Kota?
No,
Can I have two Bikaner?
no, sir.
So let me take one, remove one.
Duplication
What
not
will be the
allowed.
output of, what will be the output of this now when I display RJ?
Sir, it can be in any order.
How many times will it display Bikaner?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
You need to
How
remove
many times will it display Bikaner?
just one.
One. So this
Only one time.
Bikaner, right? This Bikaner. Okay. Now let's run and now check what is the output. So it will not be in the order in which I inserted. So see what order it is. It is telling me.
Sir, Fatehpur, Kota, yes, sir. It's just randomly
Randomly.
put
And how
to
many
Uh,
Bikaner did
It
it take?
shows
one.
Bikaner one time, sir, not a two time.
Now
Yes,
can
sir.
I add two nulls over here? Can I
No.
add two nulls? Here?
In the list we can
Yes.
do, sir.
In the list
In
we can do, yes.
this interface.
Okay. And if I try to add these two nulls in RJ also, what do you think will happen?
No, it will
Not
not allow.
allowed, sir.
Not allow both?
Only
Just one.
one
What will be
time,
the output?
sir. It shows only
Sir,
one time
null
null, sir, not
one time.
more than one time.
Null should be there, right? So that, where is that one null? Here. Correct?
Yes, sir. Got.
Here it
Yes,
is.
sir.
Okay, here now if I say get of 0, which city will it display me? If I say get of 0,
Pune,
are you sure Pune?
get off 0.
Yeah, at 0
Yes,
index
sir.
the
Because
city
it's list. Yeah, because sir is yes, sir. 0.
order is
Yes,
reserved,
sir.
right?
Pune.
Yes, sir.
I'm guaranteed that it will always give me Pune. But
Pune,
now
yes.
I'm guaranteed what is that 0 over here.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
So in this, the get function doesn't work. So if I try to do rj dot get, there is no function such as get over here. So there is no function such as get. You see, is there any get function?
Yes.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
It's
There's
get class.
Why is
that
there
function.
get function in HashSet? Why is there no get of 0 function in HashSet?
Because
Because
Because we don't,
no order
this order is not preserved.
yeah, because we
preserve.
don't know
Yes.
what is that 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Try to understand these minute things. Here, what will be the output?
Pune.
Sir, Pune.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
If
Yes,
Mumbai
sir.
comes,
Guaranteed Pune.
Amir, is it if
Yes, sir. Guaranteed. Because of
guaranteed,
list,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So that's why you should. That's why the segregation has been done with the interfaces. If I say get
Yes,
of
sir.
1, then what will come?
Mumbai.
Guaranteed.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, guaranteed, because it's a list, and
List.
list preserves the insertion order. Correct?
Insertion order. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here I am entering elements of which class? These are which class?
Maharashtra
List
Class.
class.
class. Okay.
This is list of, this is a string, right? What are these?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
String.
Primitive.
So can I also enter an integer object? Can I enter 1, 2, 3? Is
Yes,
this a
sir.
string?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
a string?
No, sir.
No. It's
Will it
It's not
permit
a
me to
string.
insert that?
Yes, sir. It's list basically is primitive.
Why
Primitive
is
data
it?
type.
Because why will it permit me to add 1, 2, 3?
Sir, in primitive data type, in collection is allowed.
Why is it allowed? Because collection is heterogeneous. Is
Heterogeneous.
it allowed? Why is it allowed?
Because collection is heterogeneous.
Will it allow me to add 12.5?
Yes, sir.
Why? Would that be allowed in
Because
an array? Would an array of
no,
string allow you to add an
no,
integer and a float?
no.
But why is it allowed in a collection? Because
It is heterogeneous.
now what will be the output when I display image?
Sir, Pune, Mumbai, Pune, then 1, 2, 3, then 12.5, then null.
And what do I get when I say get of 1?
Pune.
Mumbai. One.
Oh, Mumbai. Mumbai.
Yes.
And it will display me all the elements. See, it is displaying me all this. Getting it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
But now I want to restrict. Okay, now I want to restrict that your array list or your collection should have only have string. Should only have what? String objects. Only restrict addition of string objects. Make it homogeneous. Make it what?
Homogeneous.
And it should contain only string. So I can convert that into a generic. Generic means only that data types. Just after the class name, give the type what you want to support. So which type are we supporting now?
So it
String.
is widening. Is it a widening or no?
No, it is not widening. It is just type restricting what type of element you want in the collection.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is just now putting a constraint that in this collection MH, I only want objects of string class. Now Pune will be added, Mumbai will be added, Pune will be added. Now 1, 2, 3 and 12.5 will not be added. And null is neutral. Null is neutral. Null can be of any class. So now it is not allowing me to add 1, 2, 3 and 12.5. Why is it not adding? Why is it not
Because,
allowing me to
sir,
add?
we are sending a string, sir.
So if I take the cursor over there, see, read the error message. What is it telling?
Yes. Add argument to match. Add.
Is not applicable for argument int. Not
Okay.
applicable for argument int. So if I want to add only integers, then put over here what?
Integer.
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 Non-primitive integer. Which integer? The wrapper class. Don't type int. Collection does not support
Yes.
primitive. So we write which class?
Integer. Wrapper
Now
class.
it is not allowing me to add Pune, Mumbai. Correct?
So
Now what
what
can
is
I
the
add?
significance of vector here?
Vector is a dynamic array. Array of in the collection framework, the dynamic array name is vector. Now did it allow me to add this elements?
Yes, yeah.
Now, are these elements sorted? So if I run this, what will be the output?
101, 109,
Same
104.
order which I got it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Order is preserved. I want to sort these elements. What do I do? The collections has a method. Which class now? Which class?
Collection.
Collections dot. Which function? Collections
Sorted.
dot. Getting it?
Sort list. Yes, sir.
Dot. And which list should I pass to it?
MH.
So
Yes,
when
sir.
I display it before the sorting
Yes.
and when I display it after sorting, what will be the difference? What will be the difference now?
First it will gives unsorted list. After that, sorted list.
Got it?
Yeah. Yes, sir. 101,
Have these
104,
utility methods.
109, 125,
Which is
129.
the maximum element in this?
129.
Huh?
129 is maximum.
If you want to show that, then you can say collections dot max. You see,
Max.
from which
Yes.
collection?
MH. Yeah.
What is the
MH.
maximum?
129.
129.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The minimum.
101.
10.
So you can say collections dot. So collection class, you can have the utility method. So dot what?
Okay.
Min.
Minimum.
What is collection?
MH. Yes.
Getting it?
Yes, sir.
And now we have all these over here also. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So practice this meanwhile, and then we will let me tick what we have done. So as of now, we have just done two methods of this add and add all. Then tomorrow we'll continue from here. Okay, the common methods of collection, and then we'll go deeper into each individual
Iterable
collection class.
is a
Parent
super class of
collection.
all the classes. So why we not add method with the
No, they don't add it in
iterable,
iterable.
not a collection? Huh?
What is iterable? What is iterable, ma'am?
Sir, please don't call me ma'am, sir.
What is iterable?
Interface, sir.
Iteration of yes, interface.
Parent interface, right? But your
Yes, sir.
collection boundary starts from here. So they have put these methods in the collection parent class, not in the iterable.
Okay, sir.
You can think of it that this is we are starting from. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir,
I'll
right.
catch you tomorrow. And practice this meanwhile.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Sleep. Assalamualaikum, sir.